What's going on YouTube? Welcome back to another edition of Ducktape Fixer. Today what I'm going to be doing is reviewing this DEWALT Atomic Compact Series driver drill. Now this drill is a combo kit. It actually comes with 2 batteries, charger, and a carrying case alongside the driver itself. This one has a 2-speed brushless motor, 20 volt max lithium battery, 1.3, and only weighs 2.4 pounds. Also, this is one of their smaller driver drills that they have, that DEWALT actually has, which comes in at 6.3 inches. Now let's open this up and see what we have. Alright, so we have the instruction manual here, warranty card, charger, belt clip, your lithium ion battery 20 volt, and your second lithium ion battery 20 volt. One thing that I am noticing on this 20 volt battery here is it's really similar to the Black & Decker lithium 20 volt battery. I'm not sure if it's made by the same company, they just outsource it, but it looks really similar. The only difference here is these clips on top, and this has 1, 2, 3, 4 prongs. 1, 2, 3, 4. This has 5 prongs here. I was thinking when I saw this battery online that this one might work, that it might fit the DEWALT, but it doesn't. But it looks like the same, pretty much the same battery, which is kind of crazy. All right, so we got our 2 batteries, we got our charger, we have our manual warranty card. Last but not least, we have our driver drill. Look at that. So we have our driver drill. It's pretty comfortable, really compact. I really like that. A lot of these new drills, the way they're coming out, I would call it a snub nose. What I mean by that is a lot of the older drills, they had the big motor in the back, which kind of like this one right here, the Black & Decker, where it has the big motor in the back and it has a longer piece in the back. A lot of the newer ones are coming out. It just has that snub nose in the back. Has a really cool look to it. On top of that, it's really light and really comfortable. And it has a really good counterbalance also. It's not weighed on one side more than the other. Wow, look at that. It even has the light at the bottom. Comes with the light. It has the little belt hook here, which if you're a contractor, comes in handy. It has a 1/2 inch ratcheting chuck, variable speed here. Have your 2-speed motor. I didn't think these batteries would have come charged, but maybe it has a little bit of charge to it, not 100%. I really like this little light down here, this LED light. It turns on. It has a 20-second delay. After you drill something in, it stays on for 20 seconds. So this also might work in a pinch if you're in the attic crawl space or something like that, to where you forget your flashlight and you have this little LED, which is pretty bright, will work for you, which is pretty cool. Again, that 1/2 inch ratcheting chuck. So my comparison right now is to my Black & Decker driver drill, which gave out on me. This lasted maybe a good 2 years. This DEWALT drill here has a 3-year limited warranty, 1-year free service warranty, and a 90-day money-back warranty straight from DEWALT. So, I mean, that's a pretty good warranty, pretty good peace of mind just in case anything goes wrong with it. And as you know, DEWALT is one of the better brands trusted by contractors. So this is a pretty good drill here, especially for the price. I will leave a link in the description so you can check this out for yourself. But before we go, let's test this out and see the real power of it. So right now I'm just testing some screws on a block of wood. So here's a real test. I had this swing set that I had to disassemble from one location and reassemble it into another location. I tried to use the drill on just one charge for the disassembly, then the reassembly. It handled the disassembly no problem. It had a ton of screws in it. Halfway through the reassembly, the battery gave out, so I had to go ahead and change it to the second battery. So again, it had a bunch of screws in it and it handled the job really well. This is me staining and sealing the swing set. This was actually a pretty big job. I also have a review on my channel of the Graco X5, which is this paint sprayer here. This would have taken me hours, if not a full day, but with this paint sprayer, I got it done in about half an hour. And here's the finished project. Came out pretty good, thanks to my DEWALT driver drill. Overall, out of 1,169 customer reviews online, this has a 92% approval rating. It has a 4.6 out of 5 stars, and as you saw from the test there, it really handled itself well. It has really good power. Like I said, I really like the compact design of it. As far as the whole kit, this bag is really nothing special, but it's nice that it does come with a bag, because a lot of the driver drills don't come with a bag. And if you have your charger or your 2 batteries, you might end up losing one, misplacing one. This way you keep everything together. You take it to the job site, or you're a DIYer, you don't misplace anything or lose it. Really like this bag. Charging takes 1 hour per battery, and the battery usually lasts says here about 6 hours. So that's another big plus. 2-speed brushless motor. The brushless motor, you already know, lasts a lot longer than your standard motor, along with all the DEWALT attachments that you can put on this. I mean, this is a no-brainer. I definitely recommend this cordless compact driver. So again, thanks for watching. Be sure to like and subscribe. Check out all my other YouTube videos, and check you on the next one. So I tried this here for a good 5 minutes, and it didn't look like it worked at all. I didn't want to leave it too long in one area because I didn't want to scorch the concrete. Alright, so this didn't work. Next we're going to try cat litter. Alright, so now I'm going to try cat litter. So again, I have this leak right here. That's oil leak. Then I have this huge oil leak right here. This has been compiled over maybe a year. It's a huge oil leak. And this oil leak here just happened a few days ago. First thing we're going to use is this brake cleaner here. Stuff smells pretty bad. Okay, let that set for a second. Go back to this one over here. So not only is that oil, it's dirt and debris that's accumulated over time. Now we're gonna throw some cat litter. This is just dollar store cat litter that I'm using. So I don't know the difference. Maybe if I would have gotten a premium cat litter, it would have worked a little better. But I don't want to spend too much money on this. Now some people are gonna tell you to scrub it in with a stone, but I didn't want to do that either. Alright, let's go to this huge stain left by Big Bertha over here. Not enough cat litter. Alright, so it's been about an hour here. Alright, so this is a small stain here. Don't really know if it worked yet. Alright, so I got all the excess off here. Let's throw some water on this. So after seeing this, I was pretty upset and I just stopped recording altogether. I wasn't gonna finish this video. I just left this as is. It kind of left this mark there for a good week, if not more. And that one there, I just kind of left it as is. I didn't even mess with it. I didn't even try to remove it. Because after seeing the first one, I didn't think the second stain would be any better to remove. I decided to finish the video. So this is about 4 months later. Where was a spot of oil? Oh, it's right up here. Can't really see it that well anymore. Kind of faded in. Not too much. It does look a lot better. That's where that spot was right there. And then up here is where I had the huge oil leak, or I still have the huge oil leak because this is where I parked my truck. But I decided to leave the cat litter there. So it's kind of soaking up all the oil. Now if I added more cat litter, it might have soaked up a lot better. But this looks a lot better than without the cat litter. It still looks crazy, but I don't actually want to try to clean this up because my truck is still leaking oil and it's going to kind of defeat the purpose. So I don't really want to mess with it too much. So I say that cat litter really did end up working. Now again, if I would have used a premium cat litter, it might have worked even better or faster, but I'm pretty satisfied with the results. So I want to thank you for watching. I hope this video helps you out. A few bucks, you can clear up your oil stain. Be sure to check out all my other videos. Consider subscribing and check you on the next one. What's going on YouTube? Welcome back to another edition of Ducktape Fixer. Today I'm going to be reviewing this pretty cool automotive pry toolkit. Now this kit, you can use it on more than automotive, but it's just a cool little kit to have for any DIYer. Now this kit I got off Amazon and it's a 108 piece pry toolkit. What's pretty cool about this kit is that it costs the same as the 32 piece toolkit. And I will leave a link in the description for this exact kit. Now, take it with a little grain of salt, is these are gonna add up to a lot of the 108 pieces, but you're still getting this for free at the same cost as the 32 piece. So all these are, let me see if I can open this up here. I don't need them right now, so I don't want to take them out the package. These are just the little pieces that go into the door panels. A lot of times when you take these off, you can't reinsert them. So it comes with them just if you need any little extra door panel pieces. So let me get this out the way. I already used this a few times. Let me turn it the right way here. So it comes with all these little picks here. Let's see if I can get this out. Which these picks are pretty cool, come in handy a lot. All these just different types of picks. I use these not only for when I'm working on my truck, but if I'm doing any type of like laptop work, you need to get in there with a little pry tool, little pick for whatever reason. It comes with this little pry, cool little pry bar. So right here we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It's another pry bar. Kind of looks the same as this one, but it has more of an angle to get in there, more of a deep angle. Then this piece right here, which is pretty cool. I really like this piece right here, just because you can get in there with those these little pieces I was talking about, to where if you've ever taken off a door panel, it's gonna have a lot of these pieces here. And what I usually have to do when I'm taking off a door panel is I have just a regular construction pry bar, and I have to wrap it like in a t-shirt to get in there and make sure I don't scratch anything and pry it off. This way you just kind of get up in there and you press it, and it'll pry off without scuffing anything or scratching the paint. And it makes it a lot easier also. I like this a lot. Now these two pieces here, what I noticed on a lot of the other kits, they don't come with these pieces here. And what these are is, if you have a older model vehicle, if you want to replace the radio, you might notice that it has 2 slots on either side, and that pretty much is kind of like a security measure, so you don't get that CD player or whatever it is stolen, cassette player, whatever you have. So these just go in there on both sides, and you just pull it right out, which is just a pretty cool little thing to have. You might never use it, but when it comes down to it, when you need it, you don't have it. So it's cool to need it and not have it, or to have it and not need it. Another thing is, what I noticed a lot of the other toolkit, the price sets don't have. Let's see if I can get this out. It's cool on a little convenient keychain. These are a lot of other little pry tools, just a lot of different ones. Little pick there. All these different little pry tools. And when I saw this online, I said, oh, these are gonna be really flimsy. Well, they're not the best as far as like what they use for these, but I mean, they can handle a nice little pry. They're not real flimsy to where it's gonna bend on you or break right away. So if there's something you need to get in there and just pry that out, it's gonna work, and you're gonna be able to use it time and time again. And it has this cool little rubber finish. It's pretty cool. Get this out the way. And then let me put these back where they go, because I'm gonna end up not knowing where anything goes here. So right here we have just these 3 plastic pry tools. And I really like that they're plastic, because again, you're not gonna really scratch or dent anything when you're trying to pry something up. So a lot of times what I'll do, even on these plastics here, is I'll wrap these in painter's tape if there's something that I need to pry, that I need to put some pressure on, just to make sure that I don't get any scuffs or anything. Kind of like this here. And then down here, I don't want to take these out one by one, but you can see all these other little keys here that you will need when you're taking off certain parts, especially if you're taking off pieces to the dash. A lot of these pieces you will need. It's a lot harder if you don't have the right tool. If you're taking off a door panel, a dash, a seat, sometimes these are just a lifesaver. I mean, this will make it a lot easier for you to get the job done. Then over here also we have just all these various pry bars here. As far as like the construction, not bad, especially for being plastic. Not bad at all. Let me see if I can take one out here. Let me see. Oh yeah, that's good. Yeah, it feels good too. Not bad. Have all these different pry bars. Now I'm really glad I bought this kit. I just bought it a few days ago and I've already used it like 3 times. So it definitely comes in handy. Looking at some of these tools, I already know a few of the jobs that I'm gonna use them on. Just something really nice to have in your shop. Like I said, it's better to have it and not need it than to need it and not have it. So I will leave a link in the description for this exact kit. Like I said, it's 108, if not, it might be a little bit more. 108 piece toolkit that costs the same as a 32 piece, even the 24 piece. When I started looking for this price set, on the top of the ranking from Amazon, it was giving me the 18 piece and the 24 piece. So I kept on looking and the numbers just keep going up. 24 piece, 36 piece, and then I saw this one, 108. I said, okay, I'm not even gonna look anymore. This is the one I'm going with right here. So for whatever reason, you don't wanna go with the 108 piece, you don't need these right here, I'd stick with this anyway because a lot of the other toolkits didn't have these pieces down here, these keys right here, and it didn't have these right here, these little picks. Some of them had the picks, didn't have these right here. It was all various, but this one has everything. So again, I'm pretty happy with this toolkit. I hope this video helps you out. Please consider subscribing. Check you on the next one. I have this rock here over the hole so I can find it easier. There's a tape right here. I don't know if you can see that well, but right here where I'm circling, there's my pinhole. So I'm gonna take my Flex Seal tape right over that. And from what I can tell right now is it's not catching. The tape is lifting up. So I can just put some more pressure on there. So I wish I was doing this in the day, but I caught this hole pretty late. So I'm not gonna try to peel it up, but it's not coming up at all. I can feel the pinhole right here. Still right here. So I'm just gonna try to see if I can get any air pockets out, if there are any in here. And I'm gonna leave this overnight. We'll come check it tomorrow morning and see if it did the job. Alright, so it's the next day here. So I'm pretty happy with the results here. A lot of those as seen on TV things don't work, but it's worked pretty good. Flex Seal tape is about 15-20 bucks depending on where you buy it. I'll leave a link in the description so you can check that out, on sale off Amazon. And there's no locking blade on this. It's been holding, so it's kind of difficult to take off. So I went online and I actually found the manual to this. And what it's telling me to do, well, let me show you. It's telling me to take the wrench and hit it a few times counterclockwise, and that should loosen it up. Let me get situated here. Wow. What? Look at that. That was too easy. That was too easy. So again, all I did was put the wrench in, hit it with my rubber mallet a few times counterclockwise, and it came right out. I've been out here for about an hour trying to get this thing out, trying to clamp this here and trying to take it off with this, trying to take it off with this, holding it, trying to figure out if there was some secret locking button in here. But this model right here, the 5400, and a lot of the older models, not just SKILSAW, but just a lot of these circular saws don't have a locking mechanism.
I've seen a lot of reviews online.
So I hope this worked for you.
X5 by professional painters,
figure something out,
and I'm going to be doing this review on the side of a weekend DIYer. A lot of the reviews I've seen, they're real technical about what they're talking about. I've never used airless sprayer, so I wanted to see if this is going to be easy to use for just the average person, not a professional painter. I do a lot of weekend projects, a lot of restoration furniture, stuff like that, so it made sense to actually get this piece right here. I was also looking at the Graco handheld, but that one just looked a little bit heavier, so I didn't really want to mess with that. So I went ahead and spent a little bit more to get this one, and let's see how it works. Let's see here, we have all these pieces here. I really don't even know what they are yet. Once we get into actually painting something, we'll get a little bit more into that. But it looks pretty heavy duty. This piece right here right now runs about $400. It just depends on where you buy it. There's also an X7 model and I believe an X9 model, but this one is pretty good for a DIYer. So what it's going to come with is your main unit with all your hoses here. It also has the pump armor fluid. This is if you're going to be storing it for a long period of time. It does have your spray gun here. Now this is the reason I decided to go with the X5 versus the handheld sprayer. The handheld sprayer comes with a little bladder, and you pour your paint in there. It holds no more than a quart, and there's a battery operated version and a plug-in version. Both versions seem pretty heavy because you're gonna have your quart of paint, and also everything, like this whole unit right here, you have it in that handheld model. So just imagine how heavy that is versus this paint sprayer here, which you have these hoses. One dumps into your bucket of paint and you're ready to go. It's less refilling time, and this is really light. I'm pretty sure you can do just a whole room in no time. You know, a whole fence, staining the deck. There's also an attachment, a deck attachment, which is just like a long hose, and you don't even have to bend down. You just you know, getting that paint on there. That's also good for if you're doing like outside siding, or you know, a 2-story house, something like that, to where you have just that long nozzle sprayer to where you don't have to be right up on there, which is a pretty good attachment to buy. I might be getting that one pretty soon, but let's go ahead and get some stuff painted and see how this works. All right, so all in all, the Graco X5 airless paint sprayer is a pretty good little paint sprayer to have. One thing I did notice is that it does waste a lot of paint, but you're trading the paint for saving some time. It has really good coverage. On the swing set, I only gave it one coat and it looks good. So I definitely recommend getting this paint sprayer. For only a few $100, you're gonna save a lot of time. You are gonna spend a little bit more on paint, but I'd say it's worth it. So I wanna thank you for watching. Check you on the next one. a fixer. Getting out the Bissell Pro Heat, my first time using it, and I'm going to show you how to fill the water tank. You take this piece off, you bring this all the way back. You're going to pull the tank out of here. This is it. Take the lid off. Once you take the lid off, this is where the clean water is going to go. I couldn't figure it out at first. I thought this is where all the dirty water would fill in, but you have this piece right here which has the bladder in it, and then the dirty water comes in here. So let's go ahead and fill this up. I'll go down here, get my cleaner. So your vacuum should come with a fill cap here. It's a little red fill cap, but this one is missing it, so I'm just gonna kind of eyeball it. It really seems like a no-brainer, but once you actually see this tank, you kind of second guess yourself as to where the clean water goes and where the dirty water goes. So just a little tip, when you're transporting it from wherever you're filling your fill station to your vacuum, don't grab it by the handle, because for whatever reason, if it's not fully secure, you can drop your whole tank here. So just grab it from the bottom, make sure you got a good grip. Believe me, I've done that before, and it's not fun to clean up. So now you just drop that in here, put that back, bring that back up, and you're pretty much ready to go. So I'm going to leave a link in the description where you can get this Bissell on sale from Amazon, along with all the other shampoos and stain removers for this item. So thanks for watching. Don't forget to check out my other videos, and check you on the next one.
What's going on, YouTube? Welcome back to another edition of Unique Restorations. In today's video, I'm going to be restoring this old swing set. Now, this swing set we got for free off of Facebook Marketplace. Shout out to the person who gave this to us if you're watching. Now, the guy that we got it from told me that he was going to try restoring it for his grandkids, but that fell through. When we got it, it was all together, it was complete. We had to actually disassemble it and transport it to our house. A lot of the wood, especially at the bottom where the wood meets the ground, it was pretty bad and a lot of it couldn't be saved. But overall, it was complete and I see a lot of potential in this swing set. So what I'm doing here is laying everything out, trying to figure out what's what and what the next move is. So first we're gonna start by cleaning all this wood. Now this wood cleaner that I'm using, I really like it because it cleans the wood really well. It takes off any excess stain, it takes off any mold, and it just really does the job. I will leave a link in the description for it. So this really was a big job, just getting this wood cleaned. Got everything cleaned up, and the next step is to start with the base. All right, so we have the main structure here, these 2x4s. The bottom is all rotted out pretty bad on all sides. This bottom piece, pretty bad. Couldn't even get the screw out of here, it's just falling apart. So we're gonna put new 2x4s. Now the first thing I'm gonna do is dip the feet of the 2x4s in the wood stain, and this is gonna give it maximum protection because this part is what's gonna be touching the ground. Now I just wanna mention, we put this thing back together with no instructions, and the only reference I have is the pictures that I took when it was up before we took it apart to transport it. And I should have taken more pictures because there were parts to where I wasn't too sure how things were supposed to go, and I wanted everything to be structurally secure and safe. So this whole swing set, or the base of the swing set anyway, is held up by 4 2x4s. Also going to be a new piece of pressure treated wood that's going to go at the base of the structure. footing into the seal. And again, that's just gonna make the wood last a little bit longer. I got these pavers on sale at Walmart. They were like $1.50 each. Now it's not that obvious here, but the ground has a little bit of a slope. It slopes down from the right down to the left. So that actually made it a lot harder to get everything level because I didn't have level ground to where I was putting everything up. So here was another tricky part. There were a lot of screws and bolts, a lot. And it was kind of hard to match everything up to where it needed to go. So this was a pretty tough project and I didn't record everything. There were some parts, especially putting up the main structure, that I didn't get to record. Now this bench was also another piece that had the footing rotted, so I had to change the wood on that. Now here's another piece of new wood I had to cut. So like I said, the ground had a little bit of a slope, so I had to put those pavers there to get it more level. Now this is a frame that's gonna hold up the actual swing set. use Krylon Color Max, and I'm going to use this really vibrant green. So these plastic pieces, besides being oxidated, are in pretty good shape. They just need a good cleaning and painting. So this part here was a job in itself. I have another video just on this specific piece right here. So in my opinion, this is kind of the center and the focal point of the swing set. So I really wanted it to look nice. I could have left it as is, but I wanted to take that extra step to make it pop. So I actually redid this whole clock in vinyl. This actually took me a few days to get done because I was back and forth with a lot of different things, and this put the whole project at a standstill. But I think it was worth the extra effort and it came out really nice. And if you want to see the video of how I actually did that, check it out in this link here. If it's not in the link, it's going to be in the description. Or you can just check out my channel and watch all my other videos while you're at it. So here's the fun part. It's time to get this swing set painted. So the stain color I'm using is natural cedar. I love using this paint gun. If I would have done this project with a brush or a roller, it would have taken me hours. It took me less than half an hour to get this piece painted. The only downside is that it does waste a lot of paint. Yeah, and you might want to use a respirator. All right, so here's the thing. The paint I was using was Valspar, and the stain color was natural cedar. So when I ran out of paint, I had to go out and get another stain. So they didn't have any more of the Valspar, so I had to go with this one here. And it's the same color, technically, but in a different brand. So you know how that goes. So it might be the same color name, but it's a different shade. And this is more than a different shade. It's not off. It's just a totally different color. So this is not something that I can use. So I just wanted to see how it actually looked. So I started with this door to see if it would work. Looked okay so far. The reason it did look okay, which I didn't think of, is because it still had the Valspar paint in the lines. So that is what was coming out first. So I said, okay, well, this is working. So I went ahead and went to go paint the roof, and that did not turn out good at all. So I had to stop what I was doing, go out to a different hardware store and find the same Valspar stain to match what I was doing. So that's a Valspar stain, but the same thing happened here. It still had the other brand paint in the lines. That's why it looks a lot lighter. All right, so here I go finishing up the project. So shout out to my son if you're watching this. Thanks for the help. He really helped me a lot on this project. He was really with me every step of the way. Couldn't have done it without him. So from here, it's just all buttoning up. I got the swing set stained, everything's up. We just need to throw the roof up. Then the roof also has this colorful liner, which is kind of like a vinyl material. Then we add all the plastics and moldings. I mean, this thing is really coming together really nice. So after all said and done, I probably spent about $150 on materials. Couldn't have asked for it to come out any better. These things run upwards of $1,500, $2,000. Just depends where you get it, right? But these things aren't cheap. happier with the way it came out. If you're still with me to the end, please consider subscribing if you haven't already. Check out all my other restoration videos. Check the links in the description for all the products and tools I use on this project. Thanks for watching. Check you on the next one.